me the Kansas City Chiefs would win that game by doinking in a give me field goal for their, eighth, ninth straight division title at this point. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Los Angeles Chargers 19-17 on Sunday Night Football and prove once again that they could beat anybody by a margin of 2 to 4 points. The Kansas City Chiefs went out there and did what the Kansas City Chiefs have done all season. Great defense, Mahomes, Kelsey, make a play when you need to. And listen, if you're looking for somebody that's going to tell you the Chiefs are super lucky, yada, yada, like it's the wrong channel. Yes, the Chiefs got lucky that kick doinked in at the end, but it was a gimme field goal. Probably should have never been a doink to begin with. Most kickers, that's just not where it goes. The Chiefs are back-to-back Super Bowl champions. The Chiefs have the best player and the best coach in the sport. They're 12-1 for a reason. Yeah, does luck play a role? Sure. Have you ever noticed that the best teams are always also, coincidentally, the luckiest ones? When you have Patrick Mahomes and you have Andy Reid, you always have the opportunity to be lucky because you put yourself in winning positions time and time again, and you know how to win. And the Chiefs know how to win. And shout out the Chargers, and shout out Justin Herbert, and shout out Jim Harbaugh. Because to be in this game, in Arrowhead, on the road, against the Chiefs, who have run the AFC West for just about a decade now, without Lad McConkey, and really, no J.K. Dobbins, like it's Justin Herbert out there, and a whole lot of nothing. And I get it, it's NFL talent, no disrespect, but come on. To be in that game, that tells me enough of the Chargers are going in the right direction. The Chiefs, however, they're there. And this is a team that's looking to be the first team to three-peat. And there's a reason that they always win these close games. Mahomes, Reid, Kelsey. Yeah, you get lucky because you get put in a spot to be lucky because of how consistently great you are. Now, this game, taught me a lot about both teams. Told me that both teams are clearly playoff teams. Clear as day, playoff teams, clear as day, really good football squads. The Kansas City Chiefs need Hollywood Brown to come back, and they need him to be really solid if they're going to go win a Super Bowl. Because while they do get these close victories often, it's going to be really tough for them to do that against the league's best 4 times in a row. A couple weeks ago, it was to the Panthers. The Chiefs, though, they're going to need to get that offense a little bit better, I think, to go on a Super Bowl run. And there's no doubt in my mind that they can get there. Pacheco coming back from injury, Kelsey kicking into playoff gear, DeAndre Hopkins getting more and more used to being in the team with Hollywood Brown back. Worthy goes into a smaller capacity role with worse corners on him. The Chiefs are in a fine spot. The defensive line showed up tonight, looked really, really good. Charles Omenihu back, huge for this team. Their defense, it's one of the best in football. And obviously, playing the Chargers with depleted weapons, it's not hard to look good, but they've looked good all season. The Chiefs are once again a defensive team. They were a defensive team last year. And going into this year, a lot of people thought they were going to be an offensive team. Why? Pacheco, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice. Guys that aren't playing. Pacheco, who just came back. Rashee Rice, done for the year. Hollywood Brown hasn't played a regular season snap for the Chiefs. Yet, here they stand 12-1. Again, it just goes to show the excellence of Mahomes, Kelsey, and Reid. And I don't mean for this to come across as a glaze fest on those guys, but here we are. Again, another Sunday Night Football game. Another close game. The Chargers take the lead with 4 minutes to go. And did you have any doubt? Did you think that the Chiefs weren't going to win this game? We all knew it. We all knew they were going to figure out a way. While some may call it luck, I think it's just being the best. You find a way to win. And the Chiefs, they find a way to win. That's what they do. Now, when it comes to what I saw in the game specifically, obviously, Mahomes spread the wealth. 210 passing yards, 45 to Kelsey, 41 to Worthy, 32 to Hopkins, 31 to Juju, 26 to Noah Gray. Like, it is a very well spread offense. Pacheco looked a little bit better. He doesn't fully look like himself, but the Chargers are a good defense. So we'll see where that is. This rivalry, I can't wait for the next 5 years to see. Let Jim Harbaugh and Herbert get another offseason. Because yes, the Chiefs have owned this matchup, and they were 2-0 against the Chargers this year. That's how they locked up the division tonight. But let's see this matchup pan out over the next 5 years with a competent Chargers front office and a competent Chargers coaching staff, and Justin Herbert, who is proving he deserves to be at least in the top 5 conversations. Whether you have him in there or not, I think we could determine that by the end of the year. But this rivalry is going to be great. The Chargers, the willpower tonight, man. I don't want to say never, but when it comes to looking at a team in a loss and being impressed by them, that doesn't always happen. But for the Chargers to go undermanned into Kansas City, a team that does have more talent than them and does have a, top 5, top 10 defense in the sport, a great play caller on that side in Spags, and for Justin Herbert to 21 of 30, a 101 passer rating, get his team in position to kick the go-ahead field goal with 4 minutes left, with Josh Palmer, Stone Smart, Quentin Johnson, DJ Chark. Stone Smart was the second leading receiver for the Chargers. You know who he is before tonight? No, you didn't. Maybe you're a Chargers fan and you did, but other than that, no, man. And again, no shade to Stone Smart, NFL player. Obviously, you got to be good to get to that level, but when it comes to comparing to talent at that level, come on, the guy's a backup. J.K. Dobbins, you're not playing. We got Gus Edwards and Kamani Vidal against the Chiefs, who are a top 5 run defense in football. Go on, Herbert, move the ball, make this game competitive. Oh yeah, and to top that off, you get hurt right before halftime, where your team put up 0 points in the first half, and you responded with 17 in the second half, enough to give your team a lead with 4 minutes to go. And the Chargers defense was there until at the end Mahomes did what Mahomes does, makes plays. We saw this with Brady time and time again. We're seeing it again with Patrick Mahomes time and time again. We've seen it countless times this season. Whether, you go through any of the games. A couple weeks ago versus the Panthers, he makes the run. Tonight, he makes a 3rd down pass on the scramble to Travis Kelce. It happens no matter who you are. If it's Thanos-like, man, it's inevitable. Patrick Mahomes. But I'll tell you what, Chargers who get to play him twice a year, Chargers who have already played them twice this year. First off, I don't think Kansas City wants to see them in the playoffs, because you don't want to see a team that's too familiar with you in the playoffs, divisional team like the Chargers with a good defense, a great head coach, a great quarterback. Anything can happen in the one-game playoff setting. But you talk about Kansas City's biggest problem in the AFC going forward. Buffalo's up there. But I think the Chargers might be the bigger thorn in their side, man. Herbert is a top-tier talent at the position. Jim Harbaugh, a no-doubt top-tier head coach. And you give this team another offseason to get more talent that Jim Harbaugh can develop on this roster and another weapon or two. I mean, this is what the Chargers are being competitive with the Chiefs without weapons tonight, really. I mean, McConkey was out, and last game he had, 75% of their total passing yards were to McConkey. I'm telling you, man, Chargers are in a real good spot. If I'm a Chargers fan, I'm already happy with how the season played out. We're going to be a playoff team. Hell, we stay as the 5 seed and play Houston. We're probably going to win a playoff game. And then, could be matched up with Kansas City. I feel like the Chiefs kind of locked up the 1 seed today. They now have a 2-game lead on Buffalo, meaning Buffalo is the tiebreaker, but the Bills would have to go 4-0, and they play the Lions, but then they play Patriots, Jets, Patriots. So 3-1, 4-0 is on the board. Chiefs have to go 2-2 though. And they got Browns, Texans, Broncos, and Steelers on the board. Not in that order. Flip-flop Steelers and Broncos, but I doubt it. It's possible, but I doubt it. I doubt the Bills go 4-0 and the Chiefs go 2-2. It's still on the board, but Kansas City feels like the 1 seed. And this feels like a potential playoff rematch potentially happening. And if I'm Kansas City, I'm not happy about that. If I'm Kansas City, I'd rather play Houston. If I'm Kansas City, I'd rather play Baltimore. I would not want to see the Chargers or Broncos, for that matter of fact, who would have gotten a look at me twice already and have really good defenses. But Kansas City does what Kansas City does, gets in the field goal range, pulls it off, and gets the win on Sunday Night Football in a close, fun game. If you want to see all my reactions to Week 14, be sure you subscribe to the channel. That video will be dropping tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on the channel. Be sure to leave your thoughts on the Sunday Night Football game in the comment section down below. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you next time. Peace.